Hi there, Stacey here, and so I'm here to tell you a little bit about what I specialize in as a Heilkunst practitioner. So Heilkunst practitioners will tend to have different areas that they excel in, different areas that they specialize in. So, one Heilkunstler may specialize in working with children, and one Heilkunstler may specialize more in regimen, looking after, food and supplements and things like that. For me, I tend to work with people on their state of mind. So I really like to help people shift their states of mind, their disease states of mind. So for example, and I really love to work with the emotions as well. So for example, when a person's gone through life and they've had a series of maybe victimization events, or they've had a lifetime of biting their tongue or keeping the peace. This will all engender what we call Staphylococcus aureus disease. And so Staphylococcus aureus disease is basically anger disease, especially when it's been swallowed or suppressed. So Staphylococcus aureus is our remedy for victimization, humiliation, resentment, suppressed anger, things like that. Okay, so when I say Staphylococcus aureus, I'm talking about basically all of those emotions. And so we don't have to have all of those types of events or themes in our life, but just one is enough to engender Staphylococcus aureus disease. And so when we've gone through and we've had several events of that nature, it actually shifts our state of mind. So there are actually four Staphylococcus aureus types that we can shift into. But there's a few sort of commonalities with it. So Staphylococcus aureus, usually because they've been suppressing their anger, they start to become afraid of confrontation. They start to become afraid of rocking the boat or saying no. They tend to like to keep the peace, things like that. They also, they have trouble expressing their emotions in general. And so I really like to help people to work on getting up all that suppressed emotion, because when we've had a lifetime of suppressing our emotion, whether it is anger or resentment or or grief or feelings of unworthiness or fear, when we've had a lifetime of, usually people have a theme of a few emotions that they're working on, I like to get up all of that suppressed emotions. The two big ones that people tend to suppress are grief, betrayal, abandonment, and then again the resentment and the anger. Those are the two biggies. And so I like to help people get in touch with that, release that lifetime of built up emotion, help them to shift their mind and then go forward. Because the thing is, I can go in with remedies and I can remove all of the built up emotion, but if we don't change our behavior going forward, we'll stay stuck in that pattern of suppression and we'll just re-engender Staphylococcus aureus disease or Natt-Mir disease in the case of swallowed grief, unresolved grief, or abandonment and things like that. And so we really need to work on our patterns and our behavior to get out of that cycle. So that's basically what I specialize in. The nice thing with Heilkunst though is that when you're treating these suppressed emotions and these states of mind, the physical things will fall away as well, just as a result of treatment. So I don't tend to really focus and hone in on the physical things, but they do help me to sort of lead to where I have to go. So for example, when a person, again going back to Staphylococcus aureus disease, when a person has a lot of Staphylococcus aureus disease, the most common physical symptoms with that are tight neck and shoulder muscles. So we and jaw as well. We store our anger in our neck, shoulders, and jaw, or else styes, urinary tract infections, bladder infections. Those are three very common physical symptoms that are associated with Staphylococcus aureus. And there's a whole host of physical issues that go along with Staphylococcus aureus. It depends on your constitution, your life experience, and your diet and exercise and your family history. It depends on how it manifests physically for you. But all of these physical complaints help me to sort of get in touch with what's going on if you're not necessarily in touch with what's going on emotionally. So, and then when you treat the emotional side of it, those physical things fall away too. So yeah, and then with suppressed grief, the most common physical complaints would be nasal issues, water retention is another big one. There's a whole host of them, but those are some of the biggies. But yeah, so I really love to work with women in particular to really help them shift their state of mind and to become empowered by their emotions rather than just stuffing them. Because a lot of us haven't been taught what to do with our emotions, so we don't know what to do with them. So it's like, oh, it's, it's all well and good to tell me to release my emotions and feel my emotions, but what do I do with them? And I was in the same boat. I'm a very emotional constitution, and I may do a video on the constitutions as well, because that's a whole other topic, but I'm an emotional constitution, and so I didn't know what to do with them, so I just stuffed them. I just, pushed it down, ignored it, denied it, intellectualized it, all those things, just kind of cope, because I was always told, oh, I'm too sensitive, I'm too emotional. Well, I am sensitive and I am emotional, but it took me a long time to figure out, to navigate the world of healthy emotional expression. And so I really love to help women navigate that world, and so that they can become empowered rather than fearful or even ashamed or not knowing what to do with their emotions. All right, so yeah, if that sounds like a great fit for you, I look forward to meeting you.